triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold. My agent just said we made 100 flat. Make it back and make it stack, just like no Steven Jack. Put my rings up in the camera like I needed that. Up in the air and at the rim is where I meet them at.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back to another edition of I'm Not Gonna Hold You. It is Friday, April 3rd, 2026. And of course, I'm your host, Scott Lewis. Here with my co-host, JR Bang. Of course, you know to follow us on all social media platforms at Barbershare Scott, at JR Bang, at INGHY Show, at Barbershare, at HB Media. All the ats are in the description box. It's like 80 ads. All right. And if you have been watching this show, you know to find us. And if you're new, just scroll down the description box and it'll show you everything. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Barbershare Scott. If you're too lazy to scroll on that, scan the QR code right here on the screen. This take you right to my channel. I am talking about everything on there. Chicago Bears, NFL overall, NBA, Major League Baseball, and even adding soccer to my repertoire. I got some new shit up there right now. So check all of that out. And also, while you're at it, if you want everything first, exclusive stuff, subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Barbershare Network. Scan the QR code here on the screen. There's 4 different tiers, but I would advise to subscribe to the $10 holla, which is the Barbershop access where you get everything, man. So yeah, man, it is a Friday, feeling good. Yeah, man, I got a drink. I'm feeling good. Bang, how you feeling? You muted, brother.
That's a fine. My brother, that is a fine. That is a fine. But feeling good, you know what I'm saying? It's Friday. It is Good Friday. So Good Friday to all my religious folks out there and Jaden Ivy. Happy Good Friday to you too, my brother. And yeah, just getting ready for a weekend of sports. We got Illinois in the Final Four this weekend. So good luck to the kids at Champaign, Illinois, and the Balkans and all of that. And we on the road to WrestleMania. So shouts out to First Black Champ. There is finally a new episode of Some Dude.
Yes, there is.
It's out right now.
Check that out
this week.
Check that out right now. Shout out to you, I will not be watching because soccer's back, and that's what my weekend will be consumed with. Yeah. But shout out to U of I. I've had a lot of good times at U of I. Of course, I went to Columbia College, but my ex at the time went to U of I. So I've been up there many times. So shout out to U of I. U of I also lost me money 20 years ago when they lost the national championship to North Carolina. I lost $50. When you're 17 years old, $50 is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, it's a lot of money. But that's also why I don't gamble now, because of that game. I like my money. So yeah. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna talk about the NFL officially telling the Bears get out of here when it comes to the comp picks. I heard Ben Johnson speak in multiple interviews this week, and he's a real life psycho. Like, I know you said that before, but like he's like deranged. And I had a conversation with our guy Mikey, and I want to talk about on the show where that might not be a good thing. So we'll talk about that. Tiger Woods clearly needs rehab. We'll get into that. LeBron James apparently hates Memphis, Tennessee, and he's getting shit from it. I never thought that I would be here on my platform defending LeBron Raymond James. But I will be doing that today. So we also got that Jaden Ivy, like Bane mentioned. We'll talk about that for a little bit.
Happy Good Friday.
Um, Happy Good Friday. The Eagles. Feels like the Eagles are setting Jalen Hurts up to get out of here. We'll talk about that, and then we'll also give a salute to Kirk Cousins and his agent for getting the bag. But what we're gonna start, Paradise, season 2, finale, happened this week. I did not know that it came out Sunday because I waited
Sunday night.
to Sunday
11.
night. Sunday night. I didn't know that because, like I said, I've been so soccer and then Bears obsessed, not even obsessed, but workload that I haven't had time to watch my shows. But over this 2-week international break, where there's been no footy on, I just been watching all my shows. And my brother texted me at like 10:30 on Sunday. Paradise is up in 30 minutes. I was like, oh shit, I thought it was up Tuesday. So start watching. I have thoughts, but I'll give you the floor first. What are your thoughts?
First of all, they drop Paradise like it is a Friday album drop, but it comes out on Thursday at on 11 Central, 12 Eastern. Um, I've been on Paradise since day one. I am a day one Paradise fan. And boy, when I tell you it is the best show on television, it's not even close to me right now that this is the best show on television. Sterling K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown is one of my favorite people that I've ever met because just as nice as he seems on these shows, he is at least in person to me. No diss to this man, but he's like, what's my man name? What's my man name from Captain America? He's like the
Who,
anti
Anthony
dude.
Mackie?
Yeah, he's like the opposite of Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
like
I
it's like,
understand what you're talking about.
it's like it's the opposite
Yeah.
of dude.
I haven't heard many people say, well, Anthony Mackie usually just doesn't want to be bothered. It's
And
usually what
Sterling
you
K.
hear.
Brown might not want to be bothered, but it gives you time, right? But we was in the radio studio, so he had to give you time a little bit. But with that being said, it is the best show on television, man. It is nonstop, pillar to post, a thriller, and I can't remember my man name, but he's the creator of This Is Us. So he's 2 for 2 in this house because me and my wife love This Is Us. We used to cry. We used to cry on cue. Anytime stuff like you know, um, Randall's father's dying and all the stuff that happened with the big three and his marriage and all of that. We love Sterling K. Brown over here. Him and his wife who appeared in season 2. They are part of our family at this point. But this season here, the the sci-fi, and I won't even say it's a sci-fi aspect for it, because if it's a sci-fi aspect to it, then the world we living in is sci-fi. Because now you're finding out that AI is controlling a lot of stuff and it's a couple of other things. It's almost giving me Lost vibes, but it's good because Lost was hit or miss for me. Without
I
telling
have
us,
never watched Lost, so I have no
Lost was
comment.
like the first 2 seasons, it was hella decent. And then they start doing too much. It's like,
I always hate when a show starts doing too
yeah,
much.
they start and I had a feeling, I had a thought that when they added Aaron Rodgers' ex-girlfriend, that they was gonna
Who,
start doing too much.
the fine one,
Woodley, I
Olivia
can't remember.
Munn.
Nah, Shadley, the old girl on the seat, the one who had the baby.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
On Paradise.
Oh, the one who had the baby.
Yeah, the
That
one who
was
had the
Aaron
baby.
Rodgers' ex.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah. That was like that
Damn.
was
I think
like
less of her now.
that
That's
was like
fucked up.
number two. Like it was Olivia Munn, then it was Shorty. Shorty said she had mental health issues after living with dude or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of issues there. But that whole season, him getting to his wife, the situation that happened there, the one of the memes of the year when he introduced his therapist who he stained to his wife was like, "Hey, this is my wife."
Yeah,
You
the
know all of
fine
that,
therapist.
and the show still got legs because now we got to figure out what's going on with this AI stuff and why AI wants him.
Yeah.
So I love it. The pace is good. The character development has been great. Paradise right now is the best show on television to me.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. I think the only one that probably even comes close is Industry. But as we've said on this show, I didn't like how the last season ended. Um, Paradise, what I love about it, it has movie intensity. Like my anxiety in all 8 episodes was high. Because it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. And they build it up so well to where one thing I hate about some finales, they'll answer questions but still leave you hanging. Like I feel like this finale did a great job of closing the book and all the storylines of season 2,
Yep.
but still giving season 3 legs and saying, okay, look, Jane isn't really dead, which I kind of knew her
Oh
crazy
yeah.
ass wasn't really dead. You know, Sinatra has peace. She knows that, oh, my son is actually alive. And I think that's really when she got away from the evil streak. And I always say that I don't think Sinatra was evil. I think Sinatra was dealing with a lot of trauma because of what happened with her son. And she just didn't want that to happen to anybody else in her family or anybody she knew and loved ever again. So to find out that her son was really Link and she knew that was her son, I feel like that gave her peace to what was going to happen next.
And you still got the dynamic of the father being alive now.
Yeah,
Like, cause we didn't
exactly.
really see the father, but now we know Pops is alive. So is he gonna see Dylan or Link
Yeah,
and all that stuff? And is he
and
gonna be
his
like, yo,
sister
that's my boy?
as well. You saw old girl who was sleeping with I'm gonna call him Cyclops. But what's my man's
James
real name?
Marsden.
James Marsden. She got close with the son, and she told the son, "Leave me here to die," and he was like, "No." He came back to get her. That was a good storyline. Um, and then to see everything that Xavier went through to get his family, he would not stop to get his wife. Now, maybe this is because I've never been married before. I'd have quit a long time ago. Okay. I'd be like, I got my kids. Hey, man, we just gonna chalk this one up to the game. I'm not gonna go out there and leave my kids with a crazy white woman and,
Boy,
and the side chick of the president. I'm just
I'm
not
going.
doing that.
I'm okay. I'm going to get my wife. First things first. I'm going to get my wife. The wild part of it though is you slept with the therapist and you still was like, yo, my wife out there.
But he slept with the therapist when he thought she was dead.
No, I feel you. You right. I feel you. But still,
It's like
that
I'm gonna
it
use a very white
go ahead,
Friends reference
I
here.
was gonna use a
This
theory
is
to
like
you.
it's a white reference. This is like when Ross told Rachel we were on a break. It was kind of the same thing. You
What I
know,
was gonna say is I definitely understand what you're thinking if you sleeping with the if you know, based off what you said, if you sleeping with the therapist, like, yeah, well, I already got some trim and stuff. Go take that
well,
to
no,
your brother.
I'm not that bad. What
Go
I'm
tell
saying
Trey.
is the
No,
reason
I
I
know.
probably would have chalked up to the game is I don't think I personally would have been comfortable risking my children for the faint chance that my wife might still be alive.
No, I feel you. I'm just saying that and once Scott starts staying in the therapist, he ain't looking back.
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
huh?
If
As fine
once
as she is? Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
you not she's in a show that my wife put me on where she like naked down there through the whole show. Be getting bust down and shit. I gotta find that damn show.
I need to find that show.
And she put me on to it, so she had me watching the shit. But
No,
no,
Shorty is fine. Yeah, if it was me, if it was Scott Lewis in
you know what I'm
Paradise,
saying? It's you.
yes,
You like I'm saying the
and you'd have had a new
therapist.
mama,
Yeah, you got a
straight
new
up.
mama. You got a stepmama now. I
Yeah.
I would want I would have been dude, but I know I'm crazy. Well, I won't call myself I'm crazy. Like my depressive ass would have just been like, nah, I ain't trying to mess with nobody, fam. I ain't
Yeah,
trying
but
to
see, you're
and
speaking from
there,
experience from somebody in love and with their
yeah,
person.
I'm just saying,
I'm speaking from somebody who
no
ain't.
no. What I'm saying is that whole place is weird. Like
Yeah, that's very
the
true.
sky's the ceiling. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I would have been thinking about ass in that place. Like the world ended. I'm up in this joint. The sky ain't real. It's a ceiling up there.
But to give a little credit to Xavier, I don't think he sought it out. They were just having a session one time. She was horny.
And then they had a session.
He cracked it. It's just that simple.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how much ass I would have been thinking about after the world had ended and we up in a bunker. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just don't know. I just don't know how much I'd be thinking, man, I'm horny. I gotta get this, I gotta get my roll off. Like, fam, we are in a bubble, basically. We're in a cave and we playing like this earth. Well, we playing like this America. We playing.
And I do believe they're gonna address that angle in season 3. She looked like the type of girl to tell the wife, "Oh, we had a relationship. We thought you were gone."
Yeah,
like stuff that you don't need to be saying.
Unwarranted.
Unwarranted.
Like unwarranted. I just need to get this off my chest. Like,
yeah,
fam, you let me tell my wife.
You go get another therapist to get that off your chest. Don't get off your chest of my wife.
And then the wife gonna be like, well, if that was the case, I could have stained dude that tried to kill you. I didn't. I already see that coming. Like, I could have had me something. Xavier.
To be fair, I don't think she was attracted to that Columbine shooter from the beginning.
But see, outside is different. See,
that's true.
Been weird.
But remember when he made that communication device for her, and then he was like, "Oh, I love her," and she was like, "Whoa, I know the last people on earth, but that ain't gonna happen." He's like, I ain't that horny.
Yeah, you gotta be one ugly SOB if you get turned down after
when you one of the last men on earth.
One of few.
Yeah, if you one of the last men on earth, and she like, nah, this how messed up my man was. He shot his best friend. Didn't even think about it. Like he said, "Oh, it was an accident." No, you shot him really quick. It
with a big gun.
Process with a big gun.
With a long gun. Mine just was like, boom.
So that one, like I kind of knew from the beginning when Xavier ran in him, and I forgot what his name was. I was like, this dude crazy. He the type of dude who obviously on the surface looked like a nice guy, never got any attention, not just from women, but he didn't have friends. So when he gets any type of attention, he just goes to Columbine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just really... I told y'all the story about that dude I went to high school with. He called him Columbine Carl. You want to hear the rest of this story? Go back to old summer sessions. I'm pretty sure I told it on there.
I will say this, though. Now, this I will say, and this might be a summer sessions episode. However, all it did was prove to me that stereotypes in television shows and movies are not just for Black people and Hispanic people. We'll talk about that on a soon episode of Summer Sessions.
There's white stereotypes. But overall, I thought it was entertaining. I'm glad that season 3 is a final season because I don't feel like this is a story that needs to be like a 5-season type thing. A lot of shows are coming to an end. Euphoria final season. I think it's a couple weeks. It's actually like in a week.
April 12th, and that trailer looks amazing.
That trailer looks amazing. It looks completely different from the other seasons,
like a
which is cool.
Movie.
Yeah. I saw the behind the scenes thing that HBO Max posted on your YouTube this morning, and it definitely looks like the budget expanded. The next season of Industry is going to be the last. Your favorite show, The Bear, is coming to an end.
Thank God.
So there's a lot of shows coming to an end, so I'm really interested to see how Paradise ends, man. But let's get into the sports. Let's start with the beloved, the Chicago Bears. So this week were the owner meetings in Phoenix, Arizona. It's usually in Florida. It was in Phoenix this week, aka Indiana with palm trees, because that's all Arizona is. There was a lot of chatter about comp picks, about stadium, about the future of the team these last couple of days. And I really feel that George McCaskey handled the comp picks thing very well. And at the same token, I feel like Kevin Warren didn't. Kevin Warren was real politics about it, or we don't want to upset the NFL. We just want a little bit of help here. George McCaskey said in the most professional way, stop fucking with us. Give us the picks, which is what I like to hear from George. And then it came out this morning, NFL announced that the Bears will not be getting any picks. And this is after many attempts by the Bears to try to get these picks. We even heard that McCaskey, Warren, and Poles actually flew out to New York and met with Roger Goodell. Still didn't matter. I look at it like this. Now, y'all know my thoughts on comp picks and draft picks in general. I am very much a F them picks dude. But it's not even about that. It's about the rules. If you look at the rules, the Bears should be awarded those picks, especially when the Bears are one of the few franchises that actually follow the Rooney Rule, that actually give black men opportunities. I mean, the Bears created a position just to give Ian Cunningham this role. And then you allow him to go to Atlanta, which they didn't have to do. We brought this up on this show before. We brought up on 7 Night to Alice. As much as Poles and Cunningham are cool, Poles didn't have to let him go. He was still under contract. But he let him go because it's a good thing to do. You don't want somebody who you're cool with or a fellow black man to pass up on a bigger job opportunity. And then when you have the Falcons come out and say, yeah, he's going to be the one making the football decisions, that should be the end of the conversation right there. I think it sets a bad precedent. I think that at this point, you might as well just get rid of the Rooney Rule. Like, people already used it as a joke to begin with. And it's just really, as somebody who don't really care about the draft, it's kind of upsetting because it's like you just completely screwed the Bears over. And especially when the Bears have all these extra positions that need filling because Drew Dolman just decided to retire out the blue. And that's what I think about that. What's your take on it?
It stinks. For all of the reasons that you just said. The Bears created a position for Ian Cunningham. They traditionally have not had have an assistant general manager. Hell, it was one of the last teams to have a general manager or to get a general manager. So there's that piece right there. Matt Ryan said that Ian Cunningham is the final decision maker on the Atlanta Falcons. So there's that piece right there. And he didn't say it behind closed doors. He said it on tape. He said it on video. So all of that lets you know that the Bears should have had a comp pick. It didn't happen. And I don't know why. Like, maybe it's the technicality of how the role is and stuff like that because you hired a club president and stuff, but it stinks. And not only do people not respect the Rooney Rule at this point, you don't respect the Rooney Rule and what you have to it. Miami, or Florida, the assistant or the attorney general in Florida put out a statement this week saying that he wants the NFL to end the Rooney Rule. And I normally go into the comment section of social media to troll. I wasn't trolling when I said, why you want to take something down that ain't working? Just for the reason that you want it for. Like, if you look at the Rooney Rule has worked for maybe two people. That's Mike Tomlin and
That's it.
that's what I'm looking around. It's worked for Mike Tomlin, and that's it. When you look at the pipeline on the offensive side of the ball, it's non-existent for African American men. It's like everybody wants us to be defensive coordinators, and that's it. It's not helped us in the head coach category. So when you look at all of this, the Rooney Rule is a joke, and for all of those reasons, it's like at this point, what's the point? And it is amplified when not just you have a team, but a charter franchise who's been on the forefront, who's done this, and they can't get no comp picks because of a technicality. Yeah, it's BS.
And you can tell that Ryan Poles is very upset about. The team is very upset about. I don't know if there's going to be some, behind the scenes type of deal that's brokered, but I kind of feel like the Bears aren't just going to let this go. So I'm really interested to see where this lands. So, and the draft is coming up very, very quickly. Let's go to our head coach, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson spoke to the media a couple times this week. Spoke to a friend of the program, Adam Johns, and Adam Ho on Hogan Johns. Real good interview. He spoke to NBC. I think it was Mike Florio. He spoke to, who's my man from NBC? His name is escaping me right now.
Mike Florio?
No, not Mike Florio. I'm talking about like local NBC.
I don't know them.
Yeah,
I don't know them like that no more. News has changed, fam. I don't know all of them no more.
Like I can see his face. I just it's escaped me. But anyway, I came away from this like this man is literally insane.
Mark Stepnoski?
Nah, ain't him. Yeah. I can't think of the name. No, not Bob Costas. No, this
Ryan
is like
Baker?
a local guy. It's a local guy. I can't. His name. I can see his face right now. It's just escaping me. But anyway, point being, I came away from this like, yo, Ben is psycho. And I know we said that last year. I know we said that multiple times during the season. But no, like he's literally like not right in the head. Number one thing that stood out to me was he just threw Antoine Randall under the bus and drove over him, saying that, the wide receivers, they need to get better at doing open. Our coaches need to do a better job. That was the words he used. Our coaches need to do a better job. Now, by the way, he's not wrong. How many times have I sent something to the group text while I'm at the game? There you go. Thank you. Lou Canellis. That's what
I forgot he's on NBC.
Shout out to Lou. Yeah.
I forgot he's on NBC because he was on Fox.
Yeah, Lou Canellis. That's what I meant. Shout out to Lou. But yeah, Lou had interviewed him as well. And he was talking about the coaches. And like I said, he's not wrong. How many times have I texted the group chat, I'm sitting from the press box and these dudes just aren't open. And I feel like that was one thing that Antoine Randall strived at in Detroit, was getting his wide receivers open. Now, I definitely believe that the technical ability of the wide receivers they got in Detroit far exceeds the technical ability of the wide receivers we have here. So I definitely think that was part of it. But it really felt like Ben was really disgusted and also said something when he didn't promote Antoine Randall to offensive coordinator when he already has the assistant head coach title. This is what Ben said about new OC Press Taylor. This is from Courtney Cronin. He said, Press Taylor is the most organized coach I've ever been around. Noted his library of plays and how to beat different defenses and how he organizes information as a benefit to Johnson and Taylor's new role. Johnson said coaches be hyper vigilant to any complacency and entitlement after the success of last season. While he was happy to hear from fans and supporters for about a week about how exciting the 2025 season was, he said he doesn't want to hear any more about how good the Bears were as they have moved on to 2026, which is something I've said on this show multiple times. Now, he also said that he found out Drew Dalton was retiring mid-February and that Garrett Bradbury is somebody who believes will fit like a glove. And he says a lot of uncertainty at the offensive line position, and it sounds like Ozzie Trapilio's injury is really bad, and they're not expecting him back at all this year. But here's the quote that me and the homie Mikey, our light bulb went off like, okay, this might not be a good thing. When he basically blamed last season and the way it ended on the offense and not the defense. He said the defense, and I quote, is miles ahead of the offense. I have eyes here. That is a lie. Okay? It's as inconsistent as the offense was. As many drops as everybody on the offense had last year. That defense, it's not the worst defense I've seen. I still think that 2012 Mel Tucker defense is the worst defense I've seen with the Bears. But it's close. It's close. And I feel that Ben believes as long as we put up 35 points a game, I don't really care what the defense is. And that's my concern. And I I hope that he's just not so hell bent on making this offense so great that not just as a head coach, but as an organizer of the team, he neglects the defensive side. Because he even said stuff like, "Oh, I thrive when we don't have defenses that are up to par with our offense." Who says that? Like, so my little concern engine went off a little bit when I heard those quotes. And going to this next season, I think we're really gonna find out this season just how good of a head coach Ben is. I have no questions about the offense. I think the offense is gonna be better. I think Caleb by the end of this season could be a top four,
Give me a
top
bottle
five
of water,
quarterback.
Trey.
But I'm worried about the defense. What'd you think about those quotes?
Trey, give me a bottle of water. I need some a bottle of water out in the refrigerator. In the refrigerator, because I need some water for this one. Um, I told you all before he got hired that this man was a psycho. I compared this man to John Gruden and
You
how
did.
John and said he could be the best of John Gruden, he could be the worst of John Gruden. I'm leaning towards the direction of the worst of John Gruden. When I saw that clip, I said, "Oh Lord." Now, the difference is this. I still believe that he has more control over the over the team than people might think. And I also believe that he's going to give
Oh, he
it
100%.
yeah,
Ryan Poles said that himself. He said we're not making a move that Ben don't want.
yeah. So yeah, but I'm talking about in this case, it's give Dennis Allen what he wants. Like I feel like the control that this man has goes beyond just the normal. Like I think the way he's positioning his team is I bet I might be the head coach of everything, but Dennis, you're the head coach of this defense. What do you want? Boom. Because we good over here. But since I'm the offensive guy and this is my team and I am the offensive
Are you
guy.
saying he's the head coach and the manager?
Yes. Because here's the thing. As the offensive coordinator, really, of this team and the person who calls the plays, I know what my offense looks like. And my offense don't look as good as the defense does because I feel like my offense should be miles ahead of everything. And it's not that. If we were to be if we win, if we have 40 points, I'm cool with them having 20. But my offense is not able to give me 40 points a game. They're able to give me 24, but they're not able to give me 40. So that's why I believe he's using that analogy that he used about the defense being miles ahead of the offense because the offense ain't where I want it to be. They're not where I need it to be because I need them to outscore this team by at least double. With that being said, however, that's scary. The reason why that's scary to me is because I don't know if I trust Dennis Allen. I don't know that right now.
Yeah. And I didn't think that at first. But when we keep hearing about how he wants his pass rush to be, I'm like, no, that's not what it should be.
No, if it's worked for him, it's worked for him on teams where he's been the defensive coordinator, and that's all he gonna be. So I'm cool with that. What makes me nervous is where's that person at? That's why I'm nervous because if that is the case, I know I talked about this a couple of episodes ago, but now I'm gonna switch my tune. If this is the case, then don't draft no defensive end in this draft. No, you go and get a Max Crosby. You go and you tell Cleveland. I don't care about this whole Miles Garrett thing. You just switched up his contract. Here's these 3 ones. That's what makes me nervous now. Because if you're doing that, now I'm really like, okay, I know I said this and I was cool with it 2 weeks ago, but I ain't necessarily so cool with Dennis Allen really overseeing the defense like he's doing. Because now I look at the team and I look at it as bare. You need help at every skill position on the defense, and you can't get that just in the draft. And there's not a lot of free agents out there that make me go, I bet. Well, we could go get this person right here. We could go get this person right there after the draft. So Chucky has to be Chucky because now he has to work in overdrive because the offense, he's going to overwork because he needs them to score 20 and hope that the 40 and hope that the defense score 20. So he's going to have to overwork them and put them in overdrive. And oh, wait a minute though. We ain't got no left tackle because Ozzy, who we thought was going to be, is hurt. And I know he said that Braxton Jones looked like Hercules up in that joint for real.
Yeah,
He
and I was
comes
like,
up
I
in
ain't
there
trying to hear that.
in the best shape in his career and all that.
He
Look,
can be in
man,
the best shape of his life. That don't mean he can block.
look, I've seen a whole bunch of dudes as big as Braxton Jones get his ass knocked out. So
Right.
I ain't worried about that. I need to worry about if Braxton Jones is agile enough and is he smooth enough to get his ass over so ain't nobody trying to jump over him and stuff. And I hope our buddy was buddy from Cleveland. I hope he's healthy because he was looking good before he kept getting hurt.
You
So
talking about who?
the one that they signed from Cleveland that ain't played since 2023. I forgot dude name that damn quick.
Oh, you
Jedrick
talking about
Wright or
on
some
offensive
shit.
line? Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope one of those work out. And I hope Ozzy Trapillo becomes healthy enough to get himself back on the field within 6 to 8 months. However, when you now talk about this with the offensive line and you need defensive line help, you probably need another corner. You probably need another wide receiver, and you definitely need some help at safety. I'm nervous because you're saying that because at the end of the day, this is what I heard. You said that the defense is light years ahead of the offense, but the defense is missing a quality end, quality probably third corner,
Yeah.
safety help,
Questionable linebacker core.
questionable linebacker core,
Need a D-Tech.
and you're better than the offense. Man, I hope you just talking. I hope this is just contexture. I hope you just talking shit. Because if I were to listen to you and take your words, you're telling me that a team that has a defense that has a lot of missing pieces, that got a lot of holes in it, is better than your offense right now. And all that's telling me is you want your offense to score 40 and that defense hold them to 20, 30 points. Man. This ain't shootout city.
Yeah, and I'm finna say what Chicago legend, ESPN legend, sports media legend Michael Wilbon once said. My nigga, I'm glad you said this. And also another legend, Michael Irvin. Now everybody's seeing what I've been seeing for the last couple of years. This was my main concern because I mean I've said it too. I'm not immune to the do you trust Ben or not. I do. But it's kind of like you ever dated a woman and it just dawns on you, shorty crazy. Like I've had that moment before. And, you know, I'm not gonna get into specifics because this is not a show about my life. But I've had a moment before while I'm in the car, and I'm just like, man, she ain't got it all, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like you too in deep now. You can't turn around. So that's how it feels right now. Like this is the scene in Juice where Bishop tells Q, you know what? I am crazy. That's what Ben is telling everybody.
Yeah.
And his eyes were looking off. I don't know if you peeped this. Michael Phelps posted a video of all the coaches kicking it. He pulled up. No sight of Ben Johnson.
Yeah, because what's his name? Jay Glazer posted the same joint.
Yeah. No type of video of Ben Johnson there. When they all doing the coach's picture, my man on the side like this. I'm finna kill all y'all. Like, so he nutty. My fear is him and Dennis Allen are legitimately just offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and there's not a CEO to run everything. That's my fear now. And one thing I think Bears fans need to prepare for the reasons you just named, they're probably going to go BPA at pick 25. Best player available.
Yeah.
And it's going to drive Bears fans up a wall. I'm telling you right now.
Ryan Poles has always said he's the best player available guy. So you damn well better believe they're going to get the pick 25. And I told Mikey in the group chat, I think they got to go safety. But now I don't think Dylan, old dude from Oregon, and I forgot my man's name, Emmanuel.
I don't think a lot of them going to be there at pick 25.
At safety, they're not going to be there. And I think GJ Parker from Clemson, I think he's going to be there. But I don't think he's the best player available at that pick. They're going to go best player available at that pick. And it would not shock me or surprise me if they go left tackle at that
Yeah,
pick. Because if Caden Proctor, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, if Caden Proctor is at 25, Caden Proctor will be a Bear. Let me
yeah,
just say this
100%.
now. If Caden Proctor's at 25 from Alabama, the same Alabama that Ryan Poles was there to see their players have their pro day, if Caden Proctor is at 25, Caden Proctor will be a Bear.
Yep,
Make no mistake about it.
I
So
agree.
that means after that, even though I wouldn't mind that pick, they cannot miss
But this is why I
in the
think
second round.
Bears fans are gonna be upset. Not me. I've given this off season and I've given this season to God. Okay. They have gotten every type of animosity out of me. Okay. Whatever happens in the next 3.5 weeks, that's when the draft is. Um, that's why I think the Bears fans need to accept the fact that he's gonna go BPA. Because there's so many people who have tweeted me, who I've seen on Twitter or on different media spaces. Oh, well, you can build the D line to draft. And they think that's what's going to happen with the first pick. I just don't see it. And then another thing you have to prepare yourself for. This might be the most exciting offense that we've ever seen in our lives, but it's going to be shootouts every week at Soldier Field. And I think that doesn't mean they're going to be any less good. Maybe they'll win more games because, guys are catching balls. Caleb's more effective. Ben is better with his play calling. But it's going to be a much different season than last year. And that's what I think Bears fans need to prepare themselves for. And here's the last thing. This is when I personally knew Ben was crazy. It was the season wrap-up press conference in January. Somebody's phone went off during the press conference. This is a packed room. My man zoomed in. I'm not going to say whose phone it was. Zoomed in and gave a death stare. I was like, oh, he's a little off.
Yeah. He's off, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say, and we're going to find out very soon if he's crazy in a good way or if he's crazy in a bad way. I don't know yet, but what I hope though is that he don't burn himself out, and that's what scares me. He's gonna burn himself out because he could tell us that line, but that's because he's an offensive guy. He knows what he wants from his offense, and his offense could be terrific to us, but terrific for us means poor to him.
Yeah, exactly. We got questions. So do y'all think Poles takes Messidor if he's there at 25, even though he's older? I don't know.
Depends on if he's the best player available, because that's where they're going. Like
that's what it's gonna come down to.
That's what that is. It comes down to if it's the best player available, because I don't think they're gonna go for need. They're gonna go for best player available.
Yep. Let's move on to our Kablasian King, Tiger Woods. When this report came out, I think it was like last Friday. I think it was when we was doing a show last week that he got into another car accident. Now this is messed up. Then my first thought was, oh man, I hope he's alive. I didn't even really consider that anything bad happened to him. I was just like, oh man, Tiger on them perks again. That was the first thing that came to my mind. And now that you see these pictures that came out, which now that he's safe, I could say are very hilarious. And everything that's come out from him. My man need rehab. My man need a driver. All right. And the fact that he came out and said, I'm not getting a driver because I got trust issues. This is coming from a man who is Tiger Woods, by the way. And I know some of y'all who watch this program are young, and you probably don't even understand the essence of how big Tiger Woods is and was. This is a man who cheated on his wife in 2009, overshadowed the Yankees championship parade, their first parade in like 8 years at that time. The New York Yankees. And people act like he murdered somebody. Like that's the worst thing you can say about Tiger Woods.
And he
cheated on his wife, and he's a drug abuser.
And she almost murdered him, swung that damn golf club at his head.
Right.
If that would have connected the wrong way, Lord.
Yeah, exactly. So you got all of that, and he comes out and says, "Oh, I'm not, I got trust issues." It's the same man who, when he cheated on his wife, left on, I don't know if Shorty was a bartender or something. He left on her voicemail, "Hey, this is Tiger." And you talk about trust. You the one who got who the one getting yourself in trouble. You're a billionaire, bro. Just get a driver. First off, if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't drive to begin with.
See, keep going, because I want an apology for Courtney. I want an apology for Courtney.
We got to get on him.
We got to get Courtney on, because I need an apology. I keep telling y'all that Tiger Woods is at his best when he's up to malicious activities. All right, there's some people who are just
when he's surrounded by drugs and white women.
It's just some people that's at their best, unfortunately, when they're surrounded by filth. And this man, Tiger Woods, just told you that by saying, "Oh, I don't need no driver. I got trust issues." Why? Because he don't want his driver telling him about all of the stuff that he's still doing, including the drugs. I am telling y'all, Tiger is at his best when he's around filth. And that man just told you he don't want nobody around him because he's still into filth. You right, Bobby. It is the best he's looking years, and he got a little leg.
Yeah.
He got a little leg. He got a little leg with the thing. Look, my little brother got his leg ran over by an 18-wheeler truck. Tiger Woods' leg looks worse than his, because it look like he got a little ankle. Like, it look like it's like this, holding up his calf and shit, while he was over there, right over left and shit, spitting lit. I am telling y'all, I need my apology, because that man operates better in filth. That man gave us the TGL, whatever that shit is.
Yeah.
He gave us that. That's one of the best things. That's the best things that's on ESPN right now. His son going to FSU.
Said Charlie going to FSU. Tiger was just turning up the band.
The man got in an accident. Was like, "Yo, I was just on the phone with the president." Like, Tiger was doing good, and he wasn't about to go win the Masters. He was probably gonna miss the cut. But you know what? I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Why? Because even though I'm with Shorty, I'm feeling good, and I don't want nobody in my business. That's why he was like, "Yo, I don't need no driver." It's not because he don't need no driver. He don't need no driver going to TMZ talking about some, "Man, I was driving Tiger Woods around and he was getting head from some Hooters women." That's why. That is why.
Imagine being Tiger Woods going to Hooters to pick up women. Tiger Woods. He was playing in our waters.
Yeah, with the little leg. Hey, I'm Tiger.
What do you think was the funniest Tiger picture? Him stacking up GD, or him singing like Fabo?
Oh no, him stacking up GD, because that's more like home. That's more like home. It looked like they was making Tiger Woods spit lit. Like, you forgot where you came from, fam. Like, spit your lit. And that man was just sitting up there, right over left. He looked like he was ready for a 10 to the eye, no blink.
He was, and that's also the white came out, and he was like, "I was on the phone with the president." Like, that's real. I'm gonna call the cops.
That's worse than no. That's Scott. We ain't never heard that line. That's way past. I'm gonna call. Hey, that's way past. Let me get you. Hey, that's way past. Hey,
especially knowing who the president is.
Yeah, that's way past. Call your supervisor. I know him. No, that man said, "I was on the phone with the president." Like, they were supposed to say, "Oh.
He was on the phone with Trump." No problem.
No problem. I don't envy Tiger Woods at all. But Tiger Woods, for all that Kablazier shit, you got to realize you more like one side than the other. It ain't the black side. Don't call yourself Blasian. Don't call yourself Asian. Call yourself the Richards of Call.
But also, how they treated him when he cheated on his wife was definitely black coded. Because they act like he killed somebody.
Oh, it was black coded, but that shit only lasted for like 2 months. It only lasted for like 2 months. Cause look what we talk about now. Like, there's a lot of athletes who's dealt with adultery, and everything, and they still look down on him. Boy, Tiger Woods, they still be like, "Oh, he's must see TV." Like, I ain't gonna say a
That
couple of
Tiger.
names. But think about a couple of names in sports. Tiger Woods is the only one that got a darker hue that when he come on TV, they act like none of the stuff that was up in them lawsuits and TMZ and all, they act like that didn't happen. They don't even be like, Tiger Woods, he had a complicated life. What
Yeah.
complicated life?
He gets OJ pre-trial.
Yeah,
love.
and the worst part about this is the president was like, yo, he got some issues. Same thing he was on the phone. The same when Trump said what he said about Tiger, I was like, damn.
He's
Tiger
got
really
a lot of
some
issues.
He got a lot of issues. Yes, my friend, we got some golf courses together.
This is why I don't really mess with the blacks.
But yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on. This dude that's currently fighting a war that we ain't need to be in right now.
Yeah.
And he took the time to say his homie got some issues. Boy, you can't tell me Tiger Woods don't be going to Hooters and recruiting. You can't. And that's
He be going to the late shift.
Fam, he might not even go to Hooters at this point, man. He might go to Tilted Kilt.
Oh, wow.
He might be on
That's a name.
Yeah, we gotta ask Tiger Woods if he's a Hooter guy or he's a Tilted Kilt guy. Which one?
Somebody need to sign off on it. I'm not gonna hold you. Sit down with Tiger Woods. Yeah, I got some questions for him. Hey, man, it has nothing to do with golf.
You got more fun. You have more fun at Tilted Kilt.
Yeah.
Do you have more fun at Hooters? It's like, Hooters is good. It's old school, gets the job done. But it's something about those. It's something about those little kilts. Yeah, but it's something about those kilts that rises up to the cheeks. It's just something about that. And I just go get some buffalo wings. And I just hey, my name's Tiger.
When the last time? Now, granted, you're a married man, so I'm not gonna blow your spot up. When the last time you been to Hooters? Number one and number two. I'm like, man, there's some talent up in here.
Well, I went to Hooters with the wife.
So when did you know? Oh, there's some talent up in here.
But it ain't been no talent at Hooters in years.
That's my point. That's what
I said. That's why I was like, yo, you a Hooters guy or you a Tilted Kilt guy? Because if he's a Tilted Kilt guy, oh, he knows.
The thing about Hooters, I ain't seen legit talent in Hooters since the first time I visited LA. This is like 2012. And we went to Hooters on Hollywood Boulevard. Now, this man Pavi, all right, the most head-ass shit I've ever seen in my life. And it didn't work, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. When we were leaving, this dude put his number on the receipt for our waitress and just put it there. And I was like, a couple days later, did you get a call? No, exactly. Don't do that no more. But that, I seen some in Atlanta, but it's all 10, 15 years ago. Now, granted, I haven't been to Hooters in God knows how long. I have no reason to just say, you know what? I got taste for Hooters wings today. So,
Yeah, no, that's
Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic is out indefinitely with a hamstring injury. He will miss the remainder of the regular season, and his status is uncertain beyond that. See, the thing about a hamstring injury, you really don't know when it's going to get better. That's the worst part about it. And his injury took away the fact that the Thunder reminded them yesterday, oh, this levels this. All right. Don't come here with your LeBron nostalgia. This is a new era. Okay. This is not going to happen. They absolutely watched them. Now,
hey, real cool. Another breaking news too. Speaking of Donald Trump, he signed an executive order on Friday today to limit how long college athletes could play college sports and how often they could transfer between schools. So these this executive order limits athletes to only be able to play 5 years in college, and they can only transfer once. Let me just say this.
I hate to say this, but I agree with that.
I agree. People should not be 6-year
you shouldn't be
in college.
26 playing for a college, bro.
You shouldn't be a journeyman in college, fam. You shouldn't be. I agree. I am with Trump.
You know what this is? This is like the worst person you ever met made a solid point. Me
broken clock.
That's what this is.
This is broken clock moment. Cause
I
be seeing it. I think it was Cam McCormick. He was a 9-year college veteran, even though he got hurt. You know what?
Like, what
Sorry
are
for
we
you, fam.
doing?
Sorry for you, fam. Go
9?
play in the Arena Football League. You do not need to be in college for 9 years trying to hoop or trying to play football. No, I
Good
am
job.
tired. I am tired of seeing journeyman college athletes.
Yeah, I agree.
Nah, once, once, one transfer is enough. 5 years is enough. Um,
I'm fine with that one. I'm fine with that one.
you won, Donald.
Speaking of LeBron James is getting some. Well, he's been getting some shit the last couple months. He got some shit in February about what did he say? Oh, I got fans in Israel too. That was his version of Republicans buy sneakers, but kind of way
Yeah.
worse. But now what we're seeing from near retirement, Bron, he has no filter. He's cussing. He don't care. Saying what he want to say. Don't care about the All-Star game, and telling you he don't care. And I also find something very interesting. I think he's low-key admitted that Luka's the best player on the team. Now, granted, we all have eyes and we know this, but it takes a lot for great players to admit that. And when he said yesterday, when Luka got hurt, oh, it's definitely going to be difficult for us because they cutting the head of the snake. I was like, okay. LeBron admits it now. But anyway, so LeBron James, I posted this on my IG story yesterday because I actually thought it was very funny. He was doing this, I guess, like video with these not soccer, but golf content creators. And, LeBron has just recently gotten into golf. I think like last offseason he got into it. And because I tweeted something like, oh man, I got into soccer, LeBron got into golf. He think he me picking new sports. But he did something with these golf content creators, and they asked him, like, is there any cities that you don't like going to? He's like, yeah, ain't no cities I like going to. I don't want to be in no Hyatt in Milwaukee at 41. And he's like, don't even get me started on Memphis. Like, they just need to move and go to Nashville. He says, it's much better over there. People want to go there. They got their own hockey team. Let's just move. Nobody wants to go to Memphis. And it was like, oh, well, I guess if you're a Grizzlies fan, you should give up any dreams of LeBron playing for y'all. He said, yeah, only chance they had was in 03. And even then, I probably would have pulled a Eli Manning. Now, I didn't think that this was actually going to be, a talking point. Now, granted, I'm not on Twitter. Like, I'll tweet a couple times a day, but I'm not on Twitter. Like, I don't know what the story is there. I have no idea. And it's been great these last 2 weeks. But I have seen some reaction to this. I saw a couple media people, not going to name no names, so I don't want to call people out. And they were really going in on LeBron, calling him a gentrifier, and, he's disrespecting the culture. He's taking away jobs. All because the man said he ain't like Memphis. And then there was a video of, like, multiple NBA players saying, oh, the worst city to visit in the NBA is Memphis because of the hotels and things like that. I never thought I would be on this show defending LeBron James, but here we are. I think we should be able to hate cities that we don't like in peace. Like, everything don't have to be a think piece. Everything ain't got to be anti-black because you don't like certain things. I just felt like they were doing a lot when it comes to this situation. Now it's LeBron. LeBron's not new to this. LeBron has been a topic of conversation for 25 years now. So it's the first time we heard his name in 2001. This is not new to him. He probably don't even know there's a conversation being had about it. But that's how I personally feel. Now, Ben, we were talking about this in the pre-show. What should you had a counter take to this?
See, this is his prerogative to have this opinion. He ain't wrong. I just don't think that the spokesman, the face of the NBA, should say it. Like, we know there's some cities that Michael Jordan or we know it's some cities that Michael Jordan probably didn't want to be in. Look, I don't think there's an NBA player longing to go play in Milwaukee, longing to go play in Oklahoma City, right? I don't think that's the case. You shouldn't say it. See, the other thing, which I didn't ask you because I didn't see all of the video, was these white people he was talking to?
Unfortunately,
No. See?
The only black person on that golf course was him. Unfortunately, yeah.
Damn,
That I can't
Bron.
co-sign.
Damn, Bron. Yeah, you can't say that in front of them. You can't. And when I mean
And
them,
also, I hate to say this too. I really hate to say this. But I think the phrase "talking white" is very ignorant.
no.
Bron had his safe Negro voice on. Like,
Ah,
if you watch the video,
he
it
was
sounded real
wrong.
Screech Powers. I hate to say
He
it.
was wrong again, fam. Don't get me wrong. I've been to Memphis many a times. It's not my favorite city. I walked down Bill Street and was like, yo, what happened? The last time I was there, last year, we was walking down Bill Street and I was like, yo, this don't seem like the same Bill Street that I was walking down when I was here before. You can't say that in front of white people and think black people gonna be like, oh man, I feel you about that Memphis. And now I've been to Nashville recently. Yeah, I feel them because Nashville is lit. It's popping. You got
Nashville's white Vegas. That's all that
oh
is.
yes, it's the bridesmaids capital of the world.
Yeah.
You gonna see all of the women walking down the street, got the booty shorts, the cowboy boots on. They saving the horse and riding the cowboy. They going to all of the bars down there. Oh, I forgot the name of the street that quickly,
Beale
but I
Street?
no, but it's
No,
not
that's
Beale Street. I'm talking
Memphis.
about the
I'm
Nashville. I think it's
tripping.
like Sixth Street or something like no. Sixth Street is Austin.
Yeah.
It's something
No,
like, but
6th Street
look,
is Austin.
yeah, Sixth
Yeah.
Street is Austin. I forgot the name. I got and Cam go kill me for forgetting this, but Nashville was great, and they getting a new Titan Stadium. They want to get a basketball team, so it's not a shock of somebody who wants to be an NBA owner saying that there should be a team in Nashville. The other part of it is too is you got the Nashville Predators there. So Nashville wants a baseball team. They wanted the White Sox. So I get it from a sports perspective. And Stephen A. Smith last year was frowned upon. Well, no, it was this year when they would start bringing in the National Guard. The National Guard was here in Chicago and stuff, and he was talking down about Memphis and their crime. He said a player got robbed and everything, and maybe the National Guard needs to go to Memphis. And the mayor of Memphis was talking and stuff. And Stephen A. Smith was like, "You don't know who I know in Memphis and all that stuff." Now he's on First Take saying, you guys shouldn't say that. Look, Memphis is not the most aesthetically beautiful city. I know Gary saying, I know your cuz Gary in the chat talking about, so how can they say that about Memphis is a worse city when Salt Lake City is the most racist city in the NBA market? Boy, do you see how beautiful Salt Lake City looks?
Right.
Beau- Shit look
The
beautiful, fam. That
slopes
them
look
slopes,
amazing.
the skyline when they come across the damn thing and stuff, and then like dun 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 dun, and then, hey, got all of the stuff and everything, and the NBA on NBC, the Salt Lake, I mean the Utah Jazz. You got that little snow. Salt Lake City look beautiful, all right? The scenery looks beautiful. I ain't talking about the people. I'm talking about the scenery.
Right.
What kind of scenery do you have in Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah. I mean, I
So I
don't know.
get
I ain't
it. I get it. But LeBron James know better. You can't say that when it's a black city. You can't say that when you're talking about a black city in front of white people and saying that you should go to White Vegas, have a team there instead of having it there, because we got to go to this raggedy ass Hyatt over here. You can't. If anything, LeBron Raymond James, blame Ja Morant.
Take him down.
Take him down. You know why? Because I remember when I got told before LeBron James re-signed with Cleveland that he was coming back. And one of the reasons why they said he's coming back, because the investments that they made in downtown. Ja Morant, you love Memphis so much. What are the investments that you have in the city? Invest in the city. Build that downtown up. Build this places up. Get all this land. Nah, it don't look that well. But he can't say it in front of the white people. He just can't.
While I agree, I still believe that everything doesn't have to be such a big deal. Now, I'm very aware of the world we live in, where everything has to be a big deal. And we're still in a world where hip hop content creators are still talking about Drake and Kendrick. It was 2 years ago. Okay, like you'll do anything to get clicks, and y'all know I am not LeBron's fan, like in the slightest. And yeah, I think two things can be true. He probably shouldn't have said it because of the company around him, but I also feel like he should be able to voice his opinion on this city, opinion that almost every NBA player has apparently, without all the backlash. But
Yeah. Yeah,
but you, I'm gonna see the video. I'm gonna see the video.
Yeah, I'm
The
not mad
voice
at the
change is
opinion.
wild.
I'm not mad at the opinion. Let me just say this. I am not mad at the opinion. I'm just like, man, he shouldn't say it. And now knowing everything else too, it's like, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother.
All right, man. Let's talk about Jaden Ivy. I don't have too much to say about this, but it's just a couple
Happy Good
things
Friday.
that stood out. Right. So Jaden Ivy got cut by the Bulls because of, I guess you want to say, homophobic comments and things like that. We actually got something right here from Joe Cowley. Internal issues leading up to Jaden Ivey's exit from the Bulls. He destroyed the locker room sanctuary. Constant preaching made players uncomfortable. Religious rhetoric pressed upon teammates daily. Told players who was righteous and unrighteous. Bulls reportedly viewed the behavior as weirdness in the workplace. This is what I gotta say about this, man. First of all, you can't be saying the stuff you're saying. I think that's very clear. Whatever your religious beliefs are, whatever you feel about this particular subject, you can't just be walking around and say that in work settings. You know what I'm saying? And I think the most important thing that we're not pointing out here, that nobody has said, and all the coverage I've watched about this, he's not good enough to say these controversial things. If you're gonna say super controversial or bad things, at least be good enough that a team can be like, you know what, he wilding, but he also averages 30 points per game. Like, I don't know if you remember this. Kobe said a homophobic slur
Yep.
like 10, 15 years ago.
Joakim Noah did too.
So did Joe Kim. Also, Joe Kim also said the city was trash and didn't get the hate that LeBron got. But I digress. In fact, we still play that Cleveland clip all the time. Um, but yes, Joe Kim Noah said the same thing. When Kobe said it, we forgot about it 48 hours later because he's Kobe Bryant. And this is not me justifying it, by the way. What he said, he shouldn't have said. And no matter what your beliefs, I don't think you should be going around preaching to people and telling them what you feel if it's not warranted, if they didn't ask you. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, apparently, he's done this in his other teams. He's done this in Detroit and things like that. Now, here's the other kind of point. He is getting this $10 million. So if you're going to get kicked out of the league, at least get $10 million to be kicked out. But I just feel like this obviously shouldn't be tolerated. But I think this is just a clear example of just keep stuff to yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I gotta say. I don't have too many thoughts on this outside of he was stupid.
I'm more I am more upset at people than I am at Jaden Ivey. Because I believe that Jaden Ivey has a lot of stuff going on. He do. And while your religious beliefs could be your religious beliefs, his religious beliefs, some of the things that he said has been rooted in hate. And weirdness too. Like how you gonna ask reporters if they fornicate? Like who even uses the word fornicate during this day? Like yo,
That's
you
so
trying to
funny, man.
are you still
Fornicate.
you still fornicating out there? Like, bro, what is we
When
talking
he
about,
called
man?
Steph a fake Christian,
Yeah, but not it's like that stuff. I'm the weird shit is asking reporters if they fornicating, um, telling teammates if they righteous or not. Like the LGBTQ thing to me is a buzzword for page views, for video views, to get people all riled up because of the alphabet. There ain't been no teammate that's came out and spoke out on his behalf
nah.
outside of he needs to get the help that he needs. That tells me a lot. His mom is Neil Ivy, head coach of Notre Dame, women's basketball, a legend in women's basketball. You ain't heard anything from her. That tells me a lot. It's his wife said something on Instagram, basically saying, hey, dude, I ain't left dude. He clearly needs some help though, but I ain't left him. That tells me a lot. And the unfortunate part of this is his talent ain't good enough to withstand this. If Jaden Ivy was a way better player, he will still be on the Bulls. This to me is not about the Bulls organization. This ain't about AK or Worldwide West, aka Mark Eversley. This is not about the players. This is not about the NBA. And if anybody is making it out about the Bulls, they're making it about the NBA. They're making it about anything else. I think they're missing a point and they're doing this kid a disservice. This kid needs help. He could believe in God. He could believe in the Bible. He could preach the Bible. But as a good teammate, you don't bring that to them. Reggie White is somebody who, I guess if you want to say very religious, he was religious in this tone.
Yeah, I
In
didn't
this
know
tone.
that until I watched this 30 for
Yeah.
30. And I
Reggie
was like,
White,
it's a
Reggie
lot.
White, and a couple of others that are Hall of Famers, that are stars, talked about the same things Jaden Ivy did. What he did not, what I did not see Reggie White do is alienate his teammates. What I did not see him do is alienate people in the organization. He did not do that. And that's the difference. And that is the reason why Jaden Ivey is not on there. It's not because he's like the NBA don't doing Pride Night. No, it's because he was bringing his religion and putting it on people. And they say don't do that in the Bible. They say let them come to you. Don't push that on them because you might push them away. Now, all that stuff about Steph and all the other things, that just lets me know that he definitely needs a bit more help. He's a
Yes,
cou-
CT.
he's a Vaseline purchase away from eating Vaseline on Instagram Live.
I think we forget that Steph did that. Stephon
Yeah,
Marbury.
yeah,
The original Steph.
he's a CVS Walgreens walk away from like, man, what's the craziest thing an NBA player did on Instagram Live? Like that's the thing. If people and this is how I know. I'm sorry to go on this little rant,
Nah, go
but
ahead.
here's how I know that it's two things that I thought about this week. People tell you and show you what they hate by the way they respond to things. This ain't no NBA thing. The NBA didn't cut Jaden Ivey. I can't believe the NBA would. They didn't do that. Cause you know what? You know what David Stern would have did. David Stern would have called dude in his office and had a conversation before he told the Bulls to cut him. Adam Silver ain't David Stern, ladies and gentlemen. He is a totally different fellow. And man, y'all handle this the way y'all see fit. The Bulls know what was in their locker room. They just thought it would be cool. Then dude couldn't play no more.
The
And
way
he
they
started
reacted
tweaking.
let me know that this wasn't the first time
No, it wasn't
that
the first
somebody done
time.
told
It wasn't the first
AK or
time.
whoever, like, hey man,
He
buddy be
say,
tripping.
Buddy be tripping. Why y'all make that decision? Like, Buddy ass, he's not gonna be here
And
next
he
year.
ain't been there long enough. And I know they done
No.
said it a couple times.
And that's why I'm laughing at some people when they be like, oh man, the Bulls organization, they stink because they traded for the boy.
Right.
Not because they cut him, because they traded for him, knowing that he had issues. It's like the same thing about ESPN. I hate when people say, man, I hate watching ESPN. ESPN terrible. All this and all that. Fam, First Take is on twice. The rest of the program ain't got nothing to do with First Take
Yeah.
unless you see Stephen A on goddamn
On
NBA
NBA
coverage. And
countdown or
y'all
some
don't watch
shit.
NBA
No,
Countdown
you don't.
anyway. So do you hate ESPN or do you hate the person? No, you hate the person, but you're trying to just use this as an excuse. You don't hate the NBA. You hate the Bulls, and you're trying to use this as an excuse, or you just looking at fake outrage. A lot of people, I look at this as fake outrage, but for the other people, y'all not even looking at this dude in the eye and realizing that this dude got a lot of stuff going on, but you just want to forward your agenda or because you hate somebody or some things. And them the people I don't like. Them the people that could kick rocks. If you're not looking at this kid and knowing that he could believe in what he wants to, but he's not going at it the right way, then something's wrong with you. That's why shout out to my man Tony Gill. He has a great article on his Substack that he wrote. And Tony is a very religious person. He's deeply religious. His family is deeply religious. And in his article, he say, yo, I could understand his feelings, but he ain't going about this the right way. He's doing it
and
the
my
wrong
brother
way.
said the same thing. You know how my
It's
brother get on
okay.
his Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's very hey, Christians like him. It is very much okay for you to say that he is preaching the gospel, but he's not going about it the right way.
The right, yeah, exactly.
When you say God don't listen to sinners, but we all sinners,
He don't listen
that
to none
means
of
he
us,
ain't
man.
listening to you either, Jack. Like that's
Right.
what makes me frustrated because we see a kid that's going down the wrong path. You see a kid whose mother is a legend in basketball, who works and coaches at Notre Dame, the top Catholic school in the country. The same dude, her son says Catholics is not a real religion. Come on, y'all. It's something wrong.
It's screaming out right there.
Right, it's screaming out. And y'all sitting up there saying, oh man, he got cut because his beliefs. No, it ain't. He got cut because he tripping. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. And I don't get why people don't see that and understand that.
Well, I think it's all about, and I hate using the phrase in today's era because I don't really think too much has changed about human activity, I guess, or the way we think. But I do believe in today's social media era, everybody got to have different opinions. So if there's somebody who's saying this is wrong, he shouldn't be moving this way. You know, there's going to be a party that's going to be like, oh, he was fired his beliefs. We're soft nowadays. You can't stand up for what you believe. When that's just not really how it was, man. So I'm just going to end it with this. I hope Jaden Ivy gets the help he needs.
I hope he do too.
I hope that anybody who was offended by his comments, not saying that your feelings aren't valid, because they are, but it's kind of like when a crackhead cuss you out. He's clearly got some problems. I'm not really worried about what he yelled at me. So I hope whatever the issue is with Jaden Ivy, he gets some help. So that's what ended with that one. Just a couple things real quick. Philadelphia Eagles, man. I think we've seen over the last year. And by the way, I'm very shocked that A.J. Brown is still an Eagle, by the way. I thought he'd be on another team by now. I think that all that means is Howie Roseman was like, yo, y'all ain't giving me a deal that I want to trade for. Because, in my opinion, he's the best general manager in football. So if he ain't traded him, them deals ain't been what they're supposed to be. But it kind of feels like there's an article that came out this week where people are saying Jalen Hurts has the leadership capabilities of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And, you know, that doesn't really work because he's not Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, which is very true. I think Bomani and Nick Wright said it the best. Michael and Kobe's, I know we glamorize it now, but Michael and Kobe's leadership style, I don't really know if there's something you should pattern after. It worked because they're amazing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, look at Keys. Keys put, Jaden always hit me with a Jesus loves you when I was speaking in the hallway. For those who are outside guy Keys, man, I ain't gonna blow his spot up. But yeah, he would know. He has interactions with us. I ain't gonna blow what his job is.
My brother.
But
back to Corinthians, like
back to Jalen Hurts, you know.
Revelations, my brother.
Revelations. What
I'm gonna keep interrupting you. You know I'm gonna keep interrupting.
Yeah, I know you.
Matches, I saw you out there at the club, my brother.
Brother, do you need to hear about the good book?
Revelations say, my brother, that you should not be out there fornicating. Now I gotta put you over to the side over there.
Like
Matches like
Reverend Lonnie Love on Martin. Damned in my eyes.
hey,
But
what's my man name that they traded from Minnesota? What's my
who?
man name?
Io?
Uh, no, not traded from, but traded to, but from the dude that was also I forgot. Hey, Keith, what's my man name from Minnesota? I need another player.
Yeah, Keith's gotta let us know. I don't know. And I'm disconnected from the Bulls. But basically what I'm saying is Michael Jordan and Kobe's leadership style only worked because they were incredible. That's the only reason. It's not like that's the typical leadership style that you should build with. And even Bomani said, like, Kobe added stuff to his game. You know what I'm saying? To get better. The footwork, his jump shot got better. His three-pointer got better. His defense got better. He was always working and stuff. The Eagles are just telling Jalen Hurts, we need you to do more than what you're doing right now. And he like, nah. And I think right now what we're seeing, I'm not saying they're going to get rid of him this summer. I'm not even saying they're going to get rid of him next summer. But I feel like they are setting him up for if you don't improve certain things, we're going to have some conversations. Now, this kind of goes what we were talking about with LeBron with, oh, well, if you're black, you got to do certain things a certain way. I think sometimes we got to call spade a spade. I've always said it. I never thought Jalen Hurts was that good of a quarterback. I've always thought it was the system with him. When you make him throw the football, you have a better chance of beating the Eagles, which is what we saw this past season. And we've had, when the teammates start talking to outlets and saying things like, he be thinking he Kobe and Mike, but he not Kobe and Mike. You know what I'm saying? Or he don't be giving us the ball when we need it. There's a reason for that. They know which beat reporters to talk to. So that's why I felt like they're setting up a valid reason to get rid of him. That's what I think. And by the way, Keith said Dalen Terry.
Nah, my
Dalen.
young brother Rob Dillingham. I
Rob
saw you out
Dillingham.
there on the west side of Chicago, picking up 2 women and bringing them back to your condo. My brother, that's not the way. That's not the way to go, my
That's
brother.
not the way.
That's why your career has not been successful because you're not putting
Are
the
you
Lord first.
fornicating with these random women?
You are fornicating with all of these
Brother,
women.
intercourse is for
Leonard,
you and your wife.
Leonard Miller. What is we doing out here, my brother? My brother, in the Bible, fornication is a sin. All right, my brother.
First of all, I'm just dying laughing. And somebody in 2026 asking somebody else, hey man, you out here fornicating?
Nah, look, I know we shouldn't be laughing at this, but I laugh
It's
to
not
smile.
funny, but it's funny.
It's not. I laugh to smile. I laugh to get over things, and I got a lot
Yes,
going
me
on.
too.
But if that man went up to Joe Cowley and before he asked him a question, asked him, "Hey, do you fornicate? Because if you fornicate, I cannot answer any of your questions, my
Didn't
brother."
he tweet somebody, you're not righteous?
Yeah, he tweet people he not righteous and that thing. But if he
It's
went up to Joe
hilarious.
Cowley, imagine him going up to Gene, fam. Like imagine him going up.
I would pay for that interaction. I
Oh,
would pay.
I tagged him in the Facebook. I want to text Gene, be like, I want the team. I want the text him, be like, hey, fam, did he ask you? Because I got a feeling he might have just asked you out of everybody because you black. Like
I could tell
he might
Gina
have
would have been
racially.
like, move around, Joe.
Like if you went to Terrence and been like, you went to Terrence or Herb or I forgot my other man's name, but if you went to them, it's like my brothers. I love the bigs. I love everything y'all have going. But
But
how
are you
well?
brothers fornicating?
But how well do you know Jesus Christ? Do you guys are you guys out here fornicating? Joe Cat, like
First of
imagine.
all, if there was anybody on the Bears who did that, and they came up to me, asked me about, I would laugh in their
Laugh.
face.
I would let Gene be like, you know what? It's time for me to retire, man. Raptors. I know Gene would love it. Hey, if these the questions I'm getting from players, hey Joe, y'all
Yeah,
got
man.
this, Joe. Okay. Jalen Hurts. Man, that was a hit job that his teammates did on him. They really don't like him in that
They
locker
really
room.
don't like that man.
They really don't like that
They
dude in the
tired of his
locker room.
Instagram caption press conferences too.
Yeah, this is getting close to Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb as I've ever seen. but
Push
in a
ups outside the
yeah,
crib.
but it feels like Hurts would be the one that's doing the push-ups.
Yeah.
Like it feels like he would be the person that would not care. Trey, come open the garage. I tell my son to open the garage. Look, it feels like to me that he got a lot of teammates that just don't like him. And they've been tolerating him, but they just don't like him. And now that they've lost, chickens is coming home to roost. Trey. So that's to me this is beyond the organization. This is the players. Cause the players shitting on that man like this, my brother. My brother, my brother, my brother, my brother. Your teammates don't like you. That's all that they telling you right now. They hate your guts. And they feel like you probably done took more credit than you need to and all of that stuff too. They hate you.
Just full disclosure. You ever see something on not YouTube, but on Instagram while you scrolling and you forget where you at for? I almost reacted. I'm gonna tell you what I saw off there, but I was about to be like, "Damn." Well, anyway, I agree with you, but it's not a good thing when your teammates say this about you. It's different when the organization is like, you know what, we really don't want to pay this dude, so we gonna plant the seeds to him not being here anymore. But when his teammates are like, hey, get Buddy out of here, that tells me everything I need to know right there. So I
Mm-hmm.
think this is something that's not going to be handled this season. But if the Eagles don't win the division, don't make a deep playoff run next year, and we still see complaints, and Jalen is pretty much the same player he's been the last couple of years, I think this will be a major talking point around the combine next year. So let's keep that in there. Final thing, we need to give a real salute to the agent of one Kirk Cousins. This week, he signed a 5-year, $172 million deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, we all know in the NFL, the only thing that matters is guaranteed money. And if you look at all of the language in the contract, this is technically only a 1-year, $20 million guaranteed deal. But that's still amazing. I would take financial classes from Kirk Cousins' agent. I don't know how he does it. He does it repeatedly. He did it in Washington. He did it in Minnesota. He did it in Atlanta. And now he's doing it in Vegas. And the thing is, he's gonna probably start 3 to 4 games before he's trashed in the 5th game, and then they're gonna bring Mendoza in. And guess what? 20 million. Pay me every 2 weeks. He is now the second highest grossing quarterback in NFL history, surpassing Tom Brady. I don't know if he surpassed him or he's behind him. I gotta relook at the stat again. But this is incredible. This is not something we gotta have a long conversation about. I just want to do a salute to Kirk Cousins' agent. And I would like for you to be my agent. I don't know if you be going to these meetings with bomb strapped to your chest or whatever. Do you got dirt on some of these owners? But bravo. I have to give it up to Kirk Cousins and his agent.
My brother, Kirk Cousins, is a child of God.
He
My
really
brother,
is.
that's Kirk Cousins is a child of God. And I believe that he's been blessed because he don't believe in these things that you fake Christians like Steph Curry or you fornicators
I'm gonna have to move
and
away
all of
from
those
like
things.
lightning after this episode.
All of you fake Christians out there, and you fornicators, like some of these reporters and stuff,
You unrighteous.
you unrighteous people. Nah, look, Kirk Cousins is somebody who has taken advantage of the system, and I am not mad at him. Not one bit at all. This is only like what a 20. This is only like what a 1 year
Essentially a
$20 million
1-year,
deal.
20 million guaranteed deal.
Yeah, and it's fully guaranteed that 20
Yeah.
million. That's too much. But then when you think about it, hey man, if it's any number one pick who might not play for a while,
It's
it's
Mendoza.
it's Mendoza. Cause it's not like you're getting Andy Dalton.
I mean, it's
It's
not
not
even
like
like the Penix situation in
yeah, it's
Atlanta.
not a Penix situation. It's not like Mike Glennon. It's not like you just picked up somebody who just can't play. Kirk Cousins can still be effective
He can
in this
sling the
league.
pigskin for a
Yeah,
couple
for
weeks.
this league with the team that they own. Then you add the fact that you got Genty in the backfield, you got Bowers out there playing too. They're decent in some of their
You got
skill
Kubiak
positions.
as your
You
new
got
coach.
you got Kubiak as your new coach. They got a brand new center, Tyler Lindenbaum.
Tom Brady, who's taking more of an executive role this year.
Fam, Kirk Cousins could actually have a decent first half of the season, and we don't see Mendoza until the back half of the year. He might sit for a while before he play because you got somebody who's very capable of holding down a team and playing smart. That's going to be the
And
person
this
that you
is
learn from.
and this is why his agent is great. For those reasons you just named. Maybe they played Mendoza when the Raiders are mathematically eliminated. And he don't look that good. So then you come into next season, and now he's gonna get more of that 172 because they're like, yeah, this might be more of a long-term thing. So we're gonna keep playing the vet. Hey man, Kirk Cousins, brother. A legend at the bank. Okay.
Man, I'll be the first to tell y'all, I don't necessarily believe in Fernando Mendoza like that anyway.
Oh, I don't either. I think he's gonna be a bust. And I hate to say that about players before they play, but I have eyes.
Yeah,
I don't see
I'm,
it
I don't want to call him a bust. Well, I don't want to say I believe he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to have a long career in the NFL. It's just
as
not
a
going to be.
backup.
He he gonna have that long career where he's. I did that video with me and my son. Bring back mid quarterbacks. I
Bring
think
back
this
mid
right here.
quarterback. That was one of our reels on for the show.
Bring
Bring
it
back
back.
mid quarterback. The game needs mid quarterback. But see,
Oh,
I
this
still
video.
think he's got to put in a tremendous amount of work to even be mid. I'm not a fan. How you felt about J.J. McCarthy coming into the draft last year is how I feel about Mendoza. Mendoza is just the key to, hey, we gonna let y'all have him because Archie gonna be available next year. Archie gonna be available next. Like when Aaron Glenn says stuff like, "Oh, Geno Smith is gonna lead us to the promised land." That promised land is the number one pick. I hope we know
Well,
that. That's what he means by that. So, but I think Mendoza fits the Raider brand, obviously because his last name is Mendoza. You know what I mean? Raiders fans I met in my time in Los Angeles, that jersey is gonna go platinum because his last name is Mendoza. But he's not gonna be good. If I'm wrong, cool. I got my quarterback anyway. I really don't care. I'm shopping at Trader Joe's. I
yeah.
don't care what y'all do at Jewel. All right.
Not only do we not care, I wanted to say something. Go back to what I wanted to say about the Bears. Fam, we picking at 25, fam.
Yeah,
We've been wanting
exactly.
to pick. We've been wanting to pick between 25 and 30 and 31
Forever.
forever.
I told
So
Mikey when we were talking about the issues with the Ben Johnson quotes, I was like, this is the first time in my life. Even last year I didn't have this. This is the first time in my life. I'm going into a Bears season where I have zero questions about the quarterback. I have zero. In fact, I'm like, my man finna be even better this year. That's what I'm like this year.
he
So,
better.
like I
He
we
better.
eating sushi now, man. Over here on the lakefront, bro. That's
He
where we
better.
at.
Since his coach talking about some Nate Huff.
We will keep an eye on that, man. But anyway, that is all we've got today. And I'm not going to hold you. Shout out to everybody watching. The views for this show have gotten bigger and bigger each week. We can't do this without y'all. Shout out to everybody who subscribes to the Patreon. Shout out to everybody who watched the inaugural episode of Soccer for Dummies. I got a lot of good comments from y'all. Shout out to y'all for checking that out. And we're going to be doing more of that. And shout out to people. There was a lot of funny comments under our short that I posted about us talking about Army versus Navy. Now, the funniest quote, this had me down laughing. This is why I say, I'm good with jokes against me if they're funny. I saw a joke on TikTok when you was spitting about Army versus Navy. He said, dude at the bottom is out of breath from nodding so hard. I laughed for like 10 minutes. That shit
look,
was funny.
Look, man, the only thing I'm gonna apologize about as far as the Army Navy thing is I'm not. I shouldn't have said white people because I don't want nobody to think that I'm racist against white people because I'm not. I just know white people are the only people that I've ever seen, and it's only a selection of them. It's like, yo, that Army Navy game coming up. I have homies, and one of my homies commented on the Instagram page. He is a Army vet, and that man said, I have never cared not one time about Army and Navy. I am sorry, y'all. There's a there's a group of y'all that love it. But I think if I did an anonymous poll, the anonymous poll will show out of every game, every major game in college football, nobody cares about Army versus Navy. If if it's a superstar, it's the superstar you don't care about. That is Army versus Navy. Y'all can watch that all y'all want to, but don't none of y'all come away satisfied like, oh man, I love Army and Navy. Nobody give a damn about that goddamn game. We don't need again, when Army and Navy is over with, fam, we don't know who just played the game. We just know it was some
Army
jerseys that
versus
played.
Navy is one of them games you watch when there's literally no other game going on. You just so
And I don't
football
do that.
starved.
Army and Navy is the Pro Bowl
Ooh,
of bowl games.
it might be worse. Not gonna lie. I might watch Pro Bowl over Army versus Navy. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to everybody, man. Um, y'all have been really watching a lot of the reels. I feel like as soon as I upload now, boom, 1,000 views. So we want to keep those numbers up. Shout out to everybody watching. So yeah, man. Man, anything you want to promote? Anything you want to say before we wrap this thing up?
New episode of Some Dude is live right now. April Fools was yesterday. We talk a little bit about the Jaden Ivy thing. We talk about the art of the music interview rollout that's coming back. Um, First Black Champ, we're getting close to WrestleMania. So me and Camp from the Ports talked about that. And with that being said, podcast that should be coming out in November.
So what podcast is that? I know you told
I
me
mean,
about that.
excuse me, not November, but May. With that being said, is the podcast that I'll be talking
That's
to
the one I
people.
did with you, right?
Yep.
Got you.
People
Okay,
like
yeah.
you,
Look out
my
for that.
wife, Sam Silk is on the episode. Camp from the Port. We're talking about. I'm really giving specific topics around things that I know the people I'm talking about love. For example, me and you talked about episode like TV shows that have you in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Me and the wife, we talk about TV shows that helped them grow. Like when growing up, we talk about TV shows that influenced them as a kid. I talked to Sam Silk about radio. Like, what's the perfect radio song? And even it could be a song you hate. Like, I hate Return of the Mac. I hate that song.
How do you hate that song?
I hate Return of the Mac.
I gotta
I
hear. Just give me. You gotta give me one reason before we wrap this up. Why you hate
I
Return of
like Return of the Mac until that dude starts singing. That's
the So you hate the whole song.
like the production of the production. That's just a groove. You be like,
Nothing makes me feel on top of the world more than Return of the Mac.
yeah, because the production, you hear the music, like you like
I like him
jamming.
singing.
And then that nigga get to sing, and I'll be like, man, shut your ass up, fam. You lied to me.
I know
Told me you never cheat on me. But
that
you
song is
did.
old,
But you
but I got an
did.
embarrassing confession to make. I never heard that song until I watched Entourage.
For real?
I promise you, I
Boy,
never heard that song until I watched Entourage.
my father used to play that song. And it's three songs that my father used to play at ignorant levels in his Delta 88 when I was a shorty. It was Return to the Mac, Heavy D, We Got Our Own Thing.
Yeah,
And
that's
what
my
was the
joint
other
too.
song? Heavy D, and Here Comes the Hot Stepper. Here come the hot stepper, turn around, I'm the lyrical gangster.
Oh, that was the joint.
Then my father had a sky blue, metallic sky blue Delta 88. And that man used to choose that song, come on.
That's
Da, na, na, na,
hilarious.
na, 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 na.
We all
Na, na, na,
remember what
na.
music that our fathers used to play in the car. We had this 99 LeSabre back in the day. My dad used to play Jeffrey Osborne in that car. Nothing but Sade up in that car. That's why I know who Sade is now. That's all my pops would play.
Your pops be in the cop playing Sweetest Taboo.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm trying to remember what was that one Jeffrey Osborne song he used to always sing.
What's that? with Love Ballad.
Nah, it was a more upbeat one. I'm
But that
trying to think
turn
of the name of
around.
it.
And
Yeah, that
that's
one.
so I turn
Yeah, and
around.
that's no lie. Yeah, that
Hey,
joint. Yeah.
hey.
And you know when somebody be
My,
patting on the steering wheel.
hey, my cousin is over here. Shouts out to my cousin Reenie. She is crying right. Wait, hold on. She is crying. She is crying right. But turn around. It's been a time to sit and turn around.
Oh god.
That's all right.
He be driving, patting on the steering wheel.
Turn around.
I was like, yo,
Hey.
what is this song you keep playing, bro? That the Smooth Operator.
Boy, I'm so
Like I
glad
didn't
that
know that
Orlando
Sade
ain't
was a
watching right
band for
now.
a long time.
I'm so glad that Orlando ain't watching right now.
Oh, he definitely
He
been
called me, said,
trolling.
turn around. That's all right. Hey.
Also,
Something.
shout out to Brandy. She got a star on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
I got shout out people who actually deserve stars. Because when I lived in LA and I found out how people really got stars, shout out to the people who actually deserve
Yeah.
stars.
Oh, my Brandy moment, I gave her a bottle of Hennessy.
Oh, so you met Brandy before.
Oh, yeah.
Brandy was my first celebrity crush.
Brandy?
Yes. When I was young, I loved me some Moesha Mitchell.
No, I was working an event for the company, and for sales, we had Hennessy as a sponsor. So I gave like all of the celebs who we did the interview with Hennessy, like Chance. I reconnected with Chance. It's like, yo, brother, heck go your Hennessy. And I had to take pictures with the people giving them the Hennessy. I have a picture of me giving Hennessy to Brandy. She graciously took the Hennessy. I don't know what she did with it.
She
I don't
probably
know if
didn't
Ray J
drink it.
took it. But
Yeah, Ray
but
J
no,
probably drank that.
I like Brandy. It's just the only thing I hate about the Brandy thing is that she drops her memoir, so everything happened at the
We
perfect
talked
time.
about that on Summer Session. So
Oh yeah.
she's very clear about
She
that.
yeah, she gets the star on the Walk of Fame. Her memoir comes out. She tells us what we already know, that her and Wanye was messing around.
That
But
Wanye was a pedo.
but yeah, she said Wanye took advantage of her. And look, I it was 1994. So the cousin that I turned the camera around, that's my cousin Reenie. That's my little big sister. She's 15 years older than me. But okay, you a year and a half older than me. You a year and a half older than me, but we grew up together. So all of this music we grew up with. And we knew goddamn well that Brandy was having sex with Wanye when Broken Hearted came out.
Yeah, you don't fake that kind of emotion.
Right. But what we don't realize, because now we're older, is wait a minute, Brandy was like 16, Monica was 14 singing all these grown ass songs and shit.
Look at Usher
Yeah, Usher.
before he came out.
That's why I said I want to have Jason Weaver on this show.
By
Because
the way,
Jason, good.
shout out to Jason Weaver. He follows me on Instagram. We actually communicate throughout. I've invited him multiple times. Now I'm
No,
pretty sure his DMs got a lot of people.
because
Hey man, we need to
be,
get you on the show, brother.
because Jason Weaver, and you could clip this too, just cause. Jason Weaver had no business singing Love Ambition at that age. That's a very grown song. Like there's some songs that's like grown. My man was damn near a stalker
Yeah,
as a teenager, stalking an older woman.
yeah.
I don't even know your name,
It's
but I
like when
want
they
to get
had Bow
together.
Wow
You know what I'm
dancing with
saying?
video vixens. I'm like, this man is 12.
Like,
What are
yeah,
we doing here?
like Jason Weaver, you just said you don't know her name. So how can we get together? Well, first find out her name, Jack. We should not, we should not have been singing as I eat this country curl. And and get ready to have fun with this Mr. Pure. The Chicago in me is coming out today. Jason Weaver, who loves all things Chicago, we need to
Yes,
have a
he does.
conversation around love ambition because you had songs just like Monica, Brandy, Usher, all of y'all who grew up around each other singing. Y'all was singing some very grown ass songs growing up. We gotta have a
Hey,
conversation.
Kim Fields was fine back in the 90s too.
Hey, Kim feels fine now.
Debatable.
Kim Fields been fine. Hey, Kim Fields been. Hey, that's a great episode with her and Deion Cole. And
Oh yeah,
Deion Cole.
I watched part of the
And
clips.
when Deion Cole had talked to her about the transition,
Yeah,
it started to get a little bit uncomfortable for me
it did.
because at the same time I was like, "Yo, he right," because
shout out to Deion Cole, man. Deion Cole, for people who don't know, when I worked at FedEx, I worked at the FedEx on the UCLA campus. My first 2 years living in LA. He came, and this would be the one the celebrities would come to all the time. I met Joe Dumars in it. And that's why I told Drew Dumars that I probably shouldn't shake your hand. I'm a Bulls fan. He started dying laughing. He's like, nah, I shook Michael Jordan's hand. Like, he was cool. But he came in there and, I helped ship his package, whatever. He was like, he about to pay. He looking at me. He like, where you from? I'm like, from Chicago. He said, I could just tell. So he would come in there like every 2 weeks, and he wouldn't let nobody else in the store send his packages out by me. He told my coworker one time, he said, no. What's outside of it? Let me holler at him. He said, nah, they be messing my stuff up, man. I need you to send my stuff out. Shout out Deion Cole, man. He was cool. But
no, shout out Deion Cole.
Shout out Deion Cole. I'm actually DM Jason Weaver again. Like, we follow each other.
Yeah, we got to, because
we got to get him on the show. We got questions for him.
I got questions. The Chicago and me wants to know why he was singing such an extraordinary grown song. Only grown-ass adults sung about stalking women.
Yes. Not somebody his age at the time.
Not somebody at 15 years old.
We gonna wrap this up, everybody, man. You know to follow me and Bang at Barchair Scott at JR Bang. Check out the inaugural episode of Soccer for Dummies is out right now. I got a couple dropping next week. I'm gonna be recapping the weekend, previewing next week's Champions League games. So check all that out, man. Bang's got a new episode of Some Dude out. First Black Champ, all that. Getting to him, man. So we gonna holler at y'all. Enjoy y'all weekend. Somebody has to do some positions.
Yeah.
We are aiming to record on Tuesday. So hopefully we'll have that out to y'all by Wednesday, because we got a lot to talk about. Merk put something in the group chat that I want to talk about, but I kind of don't want to talk about at the same time. So we gonna see. I got a lot of friends that we talk about that certain topic. There might be some problems. So we'll see how that goes. Minute.
But was it before or after that time in that place? That's the question.
It's a touchy subject. We'll see next week, man. But it will be a new summer session.
Might go kill you. Might go kill you.
He ain't the only one.
I can't wait for this episode. Boy,
I have some thoughts. So we gonna talk about that on Tuesday, man. But that's all we got. Enjoy y'all weekend. We gonna holler at y'all next week, man. We up out of here.
You give me it.